Agni. Mandalam 1, Suktam
31A
Rishi,
Hiranyastupa Angirasa
Devata, Agni, Chandas,
Jagati Trishtub.
Mandalam 1, Suktam
31.
Rik 1.
त्वमग्ने प्रथमो अङ्गीरारिषद्देवो देवानामभवः शिवः सखा तव व्रते कवयो विद्मना वसो जायन्त मरुतोऽभ्याजादिष्टयः.
You, Agni, first Angiras, sage, divinity, became benevolent companion of gods in your law of conduct. Seers, Maruts, who work with knowledge, were born, those with bright spears. Motley of matter and moxie, Maruts. Existence is a play of matter and energy, where, beyond a threshold, both coalesce into a single truth, an abstraction that works according to a strict law of conduct. Seers of this verse are personifications of this abstraction, each representing a particular expression of this truth as a force that guides existence along its determined path. Maruts symbolize different combinations of these expressed facets of truth that aid in the regulation of the processes of existence. Mortal parlance that is dominated by the notions of birth and death deems the Maruts to be offspring of Agni, who works by the strict law of conduct. The Maruts are in fact literally brought into being by the energy of Agni, conveyed to earth from the sun by the Ashwini Kumaras, who represent the sun's electromagnetic radiation. In the parlance of contemporary science, this would mean that the latent heat energy in every form of matter propels a host of activities in the material world. The regulatory function of every material system harnesses these forces and their activities to provide a stable environment within it. Beyond a material specific threshold, this latent energy results in an entirely different but related set of activities that seem apparently destructive but are equally essential equilibrants.
Mandalam 1, Suktam
31.
Rik 2.
त्वमग्ने प्रथमो अङ्गीरस्तमः कविर्देवानाम् परिभूषतिव्रतम् विभुर्विश्वस्मै भुवनाय मे धीरोऽद्विमाता सयुः प्रदिधातीदाय मे.
You, Agni, first, superior Angiras, thinker, you spread law of conduct of gods all around to entire universe, omnipresent, one with two mothers, one who even reclines everywhere for life. The twice-born Agni. The environment of outer space and those of planetary bodies with a protective atmosphere causes energy to express itself differently. Regions unprotected from the electromagnetic radiation and high-energy particles force matter to exist in their elemental forms and discourage formation of molecules through bonding, whereas in protected environments, like it is on Earth, promote bonding between elements to form large aggregates that are essential for stable material structures and life. Both these material expressions are facilitated by energy. Display of these two mutually distinct characters makes Agni to be deemed to be born of two mothers, one in heaven, unprotected outer space, and the other on earth, protected environment. As Vedic thought considers everything to be alive, Agni is omnipresent, sustaining life everywhere by the universal law of conduct.
Mandalam 1, Suktam
31.
Rik 3.
त्वमग्ने प्रथमो मातरिश्वन आविर्भावशुक्रतूजा विवस्वते अरे जेताम् रोदसी होद्रमूल्ये सघ्नो भारमयजो महोवासो.
You, Agni, the first, evidently do be skill for wind, for brilliant sun, earth and heaven shown in election of priest of sacrifice. You did bear burden. You dedicated to greats, master of substances. Agni, the humble conductor of all activities. That Agni as energy is the cause of the movement of air, termed wind, as also the brilliance of the sun, two of its primary expressions in the context of sustainment of mortal life, is emphasized in this verse. Every possible activity being considered a sacrifice on the part of the participants involved in it, Agni shines forth as the priest orchestrating all of them, dedicating his efforts to his progenitors, Purusha and Prakriti, or Shiva and Shakti, as one would want to call them. This notion of dedication is included to underscore the fact that the mortal predisposition to claim credit for actions is surely misplaced. As an object is merely a snapshot of an activity at an instant, every substance is also an Agni-assisted creation that makes him the master of all substances as well.
Mandalam 1, Suktam
31.
Rik 4.
त्वमग्ने मनवेद्यामावासयः पुरोरवसे सुकृते सुकृत्तरः स्वात्रेण यत्पित्रोर्मुच्यसे बल्यात्मा पूर्वमणयन्नापरम् पुनः.
You, Agni, caused heaven to hum for Manu, calling loudly for doer of good works. You, doer of better works, when, with invigoration of two fathers, you freed yourself from all sides. Then seers led you to foremost and once more to lower. A brief description of the solar system. The verse probably alludes to the formation of star systems, the solar system in particular. As human thoughts are obviously earth-centric, the earth being their home, and also if the Manus were to represent the conceptual significatories of the phases of earth's history, the name of the first Manu, Swayambhuva, or son of the self-created, hints at the self-formation of the earth aided by different forms of energies and it becoming a part of the larger solar system, communicating with the sun and other bodies of the system via gravity. The fundamental forces or seers first assisted the sun, the foremost, to happen, starting a nuclear fusion reaction at its core, and then made the other planetary bodies to take shape and evolve into the system that we see today. The loud calling perhaps refers to the initial bang, as also the bangs that happen at the end of every star's life cycle, when they explode as supernovae. Cosmic background radiation is the electromagnetic radiation that fills all space and is the residual effect of the Big Bang. It is also known as the cosmic microwave background, CMB, because it is in the microwave region of the spectrum. It is the cooled remnant of the first light that could travel freely in the universe. It is very uniform with only tiny variations in temperature and intensity. Its composition is considered a record of the evolution of the universe. The phrase caused heaven to hum for Manu in the verse above probably refers to this phenomenon.
Mandalam 1, Suktam
31.
Rik 5.
त्वमग्ने वृषभः पुष्टिमध्यानमुद्यतसृजे भवति स्रवाय्याः याहूतिम् परिवेदामषट्कृतिमेकायुरग्ने विष आविवासति.
You, Agni, bull, nourishment magnifier, for one raising ladle, you are praiseworthy, who has known from all around offering of oblation, exclaiming Vashat, chief vigor of life, Agni, you aid people. Truth that leads to conceptual immortality. All material life forms are designed by nature for two primary functions: optimal use of energy that is possible to be acquired and stored by it, and for providing leverage to be able to negotiate with the immediate environment effectively. Agni and its various expressions are central to this scheme. All actions being considered a sacrifice, the mortal involved in any action is equated with the priest who makes the offering of oblation to Agni. Every object uses every other to leverage its own well-being, a mutual dependence that makes the universe such a wonderfully balanced system, ably orchestrated by Agni. The waste of one form of life becomes the energy source of another, making everything in existence precious. Recognition of this truth leads us to a state of conceptual immortality.
Mandalam 1, Suktam
31.
Rik 6.
त्वमग्ने वृजिनवर्तनिम् नरम् शक्मन् विवर्षि विदधे विचर्षणे यः शूरसातापरीदग्ने धने दभ्रेभिश्चित्समृताहंसि भूयसः.
You promote in knowledge mortal associating evil way, very active Agni, who in heroic occupation of peregrination in wealth, kills in conflict with even small in extent, more numerous. Life's one-way street. Evil and good should perhaps be understood on the basis of actions which, when indulged in, lead to impeding or advancing the obsessive pursuit of immortality by mortals. Repercussions of evil actions promote decadence, which in turn enhances knowledge and wisdom. Sometimes not as much for the mortal involved in those actions, and at others in good measure for the onlookers and observers, an outcome that is also obtained through good actions. Life will thus seem to be a one-way street to conceptual immortality that is led into by numerous paths, some short and some others long winding. Those taking shorter paths reach the goal quickly, but lack the rich and varied experience of those who traverse the long winding ones. Existence, as everyone would expect it to be, appears quite fair in its dealings and is full of compensations.
Mandalam 1, Suktam
31.
Rik 7.
त्वन्तमग्ने अमृतत्वमुत्तमे मर्तम् दधासि स्रवसे दिवे जीवे यस्तादृशा न उभयाय जन्मने मयः कृणोषि प्रजा च सूरये.
You, Agni, hold mortal day after day in highest state of immortality for hearing, who is thirsty for birth of both, verily make for learned seer satisfaction and delight. Obsessed mortals and duty-bound immortals. The obsession of every mortal is to live the next day, either as a material or a conceptual being, in perpetuity, primarily and paradoxically driven by the knowledge of the certainty that this is impossible. Agni assists mortals with both the obsession and the knowledge of its impossibility. A mortal seer, through his deep learning, bestowed by hearing of truth, rids himself of this obsession, lives an eternity in his temporary state of immortality, and experiences satisfaction and delight. And Agni, the immortal, helps the seer attain this state of being as well. In essence, whether being a mortal, an immortal, or being both at the same time, is all Agni's doing.
Mandalam 1, Suktam
31.
Rik 8.
त्वन्नो अग्ने सनये धनानाम् यशसम् कारम् गृह्णहि स्तवानः विद्यामकर्मावसानमेन देवैर्द्या वा पृथिवी प्रावदन्नः.
You for us, for obtaining of wealth, Agni, being praised, do make meritorious, doer of actions. Let us accomplish work by new sacrificial action. Heaven and earth with gods do favor us. Transcendent technology and the script-driven model of existence. This verse is perhaps an assertion in favor of the script-driven model of existence. The affirmation that achievement of wealth, material or abstract, is accomplished only with the assistance provided by Agni, both from heaven and upon earth. Agni also enables mortals to hear truth from the environment, which is a technology that transcends the one that is derived from that section of science that applies to the material world alone, and its advent described as the birth of divinity in a mortal. This event cannot happen unless it is there in the script, according to this model's construct. Heaven, earth, Agni, and the rest of the gods should work in tandem and in perfect sync for any mortal action to be performed.
Mandalam 1, Suktam
31.
Rik 9.
तन्नाग्ने वित्रोरुपस्था देवो देवेष्वनवद्यजाग्रीभिः अनुगृद्बोधिप्रमादिश्च कारभे त्वम् कल्याणवसुविश्वमोपीषे.
You for us, Agni, ever wakeful upon substratum of two fathers, and verily divinity in divinities, irreproachable, body maker, do awaken visionary thought in active one. You, benevolent, has verily sown all wealth. Visible existence forged in Agni's alchemical laboratory. Being the foremost catalyst of existence, Agni works even when mortals sleep. Our dreams too need energy to play out their disoriented sequences. Also, Agni and the other four principles upon which visible existence rests, which is why it is referred to as prapancha, or literally, onward 5, need to ensure that their own actions are according to the universal law of works and the consequences of karma. When it comes to material wealth, gold, silver, and platinum of today would have been supposedly worthless dust of lesser elements in the long past, skillfully transformed by Agni in its figurative alchemical laboratory. All other epithets used in the verse to describe Agni have already been discussed across other suktams on this divinity. If you found this video informative and relevant, please like and share it. If you would like to see more such videos in this ongoing series, please do subscribe to the channel. Thank you for viewing.